There we are. Now we're unmuted.
Now we're unmuted?
Yes.
Oh, you ask me that every time. I'm like, I don't know.
Because I was seeming to think that you were looking at the screen.
If I am looking at the screen, I don't have my glasses on right now. So
that doesn't mean you can't look.
I can look, but that don't mean we're muted or unmuted. So
you have eyes to see. Well, welcome everyone. We haven't been on. How long has it been since we've been on last time?
It was my birthday. It was a month.
Oh, really?
How quickly we forget I turned the big 50.
Mm-hmm.
So just a month ago. Does it seem like it was that long ago?
It does seem like it was that long ago.
Hey, well, we've gone through. Well,
that's why I forgot. What
as a family, we've gone through different things. So I guess so. But anyways.
Yes.
You know.
Well, hopefully you all are doing well. Mm-hmm. Especially, you know what's going on out there.
Yep.
But while I'll do this, I always forget how to.
Oh, add the chat?
At the chat.
The clipboard?
That's not clipboard. The link for people to come in if they wanted to.
It's the same thing to me. If you over a particular age, it's the same thing. That's how I look at it.
Boom.
Is that Sharon?
Yes. Hello, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. Thank you for the card. I did receive it. Thank you. It came right on time. I was in a valley when I got that card. It just helped pick me up. I really, truly appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So, are we going to wait for other people to join, or are we just going to get started on top? We'll wait.
Yeah, we can wait for some more people. Mm-hmm. What I'm doing right now, Mom. I'm putting that link.
Yes.
So it's like already there when people click on it.
Oh, okay.
In the comments.
I mean, okay.
I didn't have to find anything.
Like I said, I didn't know, but I know now. So, welcome, Tamar. Welcome. I'll put my glasses on in a minute to see exactly what y'all are saying.
I'm like, do you have your glasses?
Of course.
Where are they?
Don't be trying to say my business is next to me like
I
my water.
See it. I see your water. I see the chips. I don't
my new isms. So yeah, I have.
All right, I think I got it.
Well, I mean, it's been that long that you forgot how to put up there?
Yes.
Wow. Well, anyways, happy for everybody who could join us live and everybody who will join on the replay.
I know we're here early on a Friday because it is Nevada Day.
It's a state holiday for us. It's a day that Nevada became a state, so it's a state holiday.
Well, you didn't have to get into the history. People know what a state holiday is.
Well, they don't know what Nevada Day is. Most people never heard of Nevada Day outside of Nevada. So I had to explain. It's the day Nevada.
I thought it'd be simple, Nevada Day.
No, I think we're like the 30-something state, something like that.
I don't know.
Something like that in the union. So it's Nevada Day, so most people had the day off.
I had the day off.
Well,
you technically have a day off.
Well, I had a day off because I chose to have a day off today for a good reason.
Timar says, when I say decision day, you say decision day. Decision day.
Decision day.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I feel like we already knew what was going to be the decision for decision day, probably 2 to 3 weeks in.
You know what? No, not necessarily 2 to 3 weeks in, especially with the couple that I predicted that would have gone all the way with, like Johnny.
Your hopes and your dreams.
They weren't my hopes and dreams. That's why people come on the show for their hopes and dreams. No, but Johnny really disappointed me this season. I mean, he really, seriously, to me, is the villain of the show for the men. And the women, we know who that is.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Why do you think Johnny is the villain?
Because it seemed like every chance he got, he put bow down for everything. Like, that's the reason why, we never got past the dating world back 10 years ago. And, maybe you don't shower and, I don't like it when you giggle, like, like little things that women do, like, or whoever, like when you like somebody who like might do like gestures. And I think maybe because she don't cook on a regular basis and, she's saying things around the group that he don't necessarily like or approve of, just kind of like, to me, it's like browbeating her. And I'm like, you really have issues. Like you really weren't ready, like most people come on the show, weren't ready to be on the show. And to me, he's one of those that will put you down to make himself feel better because he's left a few times, stuff like that. So it was really disappointing. So that to me is a villain of the show.
So do you think he gaslights her?
He gaslights himself.
How does someone gaslight themselves?
They just do. You know, to just to say things to upset her, gaslight her, so that he can leave the situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get from Johnny, and it's very disappointing. Yeah, I even saw a little snippet of Unfiltered. In fact, it was just earlier today, and he's sitting with Myrla and I think what's his name, Brett? No, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, just like, oh, she's just, I don't know, she's being open and honest or whatever. He just made every chance to get. So like,
oh, speaking on that, I know it's kind of like veering off topic a little bit, but it's still on topic. So people were saying during that Unfiltered, let me know if you guys heard this too, that Myrla was also like kind of like co-signing what Johnny was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So people are kind of like, oh, well, is Bao a different way when the cameras are off? But the rumor is because someone posted a picture of like Myrla and Johnny at a game, that people are saying Myrla and Johnny are together.
Hey,
or they're trying to make the assumption.
Whatever assumptions they can make. I mean, Myrla, to me, can't really be like, oh my gosh, to anybody on the show, because look how she was doing Gil in the very beginning. Yeah, we're all strangers, but still, excuse me, she just now, to me, coming around, trying to come out of her shell. Yeah, you've been around Gil for a while now, so you're like, yeah, I'm choosing to use the love word. Okay, but look how, to me, snotty you were, before you got married with your friends and just moving along, like you were just too good to do anything. So for her just to be like, who you don't like on the show, to me is a nerve, but that's just me. So.
And also with that Johnny and Bao situation, when they were sitting with Dr. Pepper, how is Johnny going to get information from Bao's quote unquote best friend? Did you hear what it was?
I didn't necessarily hear what it was, but I do know it was from her best friend. And what is it with these people who come on with their friends, like pull the Zach from the season? You know what I'm saying? You're like, what is that about? And not just that, I know I'm going to jump around, but with the Ryan and his dating stuff, like what? Like you can wait to sign up for a dating or whatever for after the show? I mean, my goodness. About not being accountable.
But has she been held accountable for her action? I mean, she always says, maybe I can do this and that better, but I don't feel like I ever heard her not take accountability anytime.
I think the information that they're getting mainly within the group is from Johnny. I think so. It's coming mainly from Johnny, in my opinion, because I don't think Myrla has really hung out enough to say what it is or what it isn't with the women anyways, because that's the case. As far as I'm concerned, the person who isn't accountable is Michaela, because she turns it on and turns it off like a Jekyll and Hyde every time she's on the show. So let's not get into who's accountable, Myrla, but that's just me.
Well, going back to Johnny and Bao, when they were sitting with Dr. Pepper, and Johnny was like, yeah, her friend told me that she basically beats them down until they're all the way down until they have to depend on Bao. And then Dr. Pepper was like, well, why are you taking what her best friend said as like
gospel?
Yeah, gospel.
I mean, again,
when you're with this person. So why are you listening to the best friend and not listening to your wife?
The same way Zach was on the low with Mindy and Mindy's bestie.
I still wanted to see
in
that.
my opinion. Excuse me, I got hair in my that's how it come across to me.
Hi, Brittany B.
Brittany J. Antoinette, hello.
Glad to see you.
You too.
Our picture looks nice.
Aw.
So does Brittany's.
Yes. So
Sharon says, I thought it was strange Myrla commenting.
Right.
Sometimes,
like,
as I tell my kids, sometimes you don't need to say
the kids
anything.
that you teach.
Sorry,
you
but
children.
my teaching kids, my second graders.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have to say anything, especially if you aren't the best yourself. But Myrla thinks she popping.
I mean, it's nothing wrong to think that you popping, but I mean, she's come along on the show because I've always understood her point of having, as a woman, especially as a woman, not being dependent on a man, you know what I'm saying, being independent, having your own stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I've always got that. That's, of course, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
However, the way that she showed herself in the beginning, like she was just too good. Mm-hmm. To me, that just was like a turnoff, but I understand. So her balance of what's too good and who needs to be accountable. I mean, she really needs to turn that around to her. Just because you have the education, Myrla, and the money saved up and you can spend and do this and that because you don't have any children or whatever, where was your accountability coming into this Married at First Sight and the way that you treated Gil? And, now that you know him for a little while, so now it's like, oh, okay, just like with any relationship, someone for a little while, you get to know them for the better or know them for the worse. So don't give me that. You know what I'm saying? To me, is too little, too late on the show. So we would need to see if Myrla and Gil make it outside decision day to see how long really they make it outside decision day. Because sometimes I think some of these couples stay on for a front. And then afterwards, like,
we saw that with last season.
Well, we saw it with many seasons, but especially last season. But I think, she's one of those people that would do that to me.
Yeah, Johnny's been checked out. So this is a photo 3 weeks ago from Mr. Johnny. Sorry, my nails ain't the best. When I saw that photo of him, I was like, why is he looking at her like that? He looks at her like he hates her. Well, and I don't have any other word to say that, because that's a look that you would give someone that you don't like.
Not hate, because hate is strong.
No, I think he hates.
Is in disgust.
And it is strong, but that's what I get.
He looks at her in disgust. He's projecting disgust, like, I'm disgusted with you, like any little thing. When you're with someone and you really don't want to be with them anymore, you ever just really broke up, like the way they breathe, the way they eat, the way they look, the way they talk, the way they do everything is like why do you have to do that? That's how he looks at her. That's how he talks to her. That's how he talks down to her. Matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, when it was like meet the family, it's like, I don't even want you to come meet my family. Mm-hmm. So what does that say? So that's how we look at it. Like, I'm just here for until the end, because I'm not trying to be fined or whatever the case may be. Is whatever it's like I said, he is the most this season disappointing. He didn't let me down. He
did let you down, because you were rooting for him.
I was rooting for them in general because of, this first time we've seen a true international couple, Asian couple. And I wanted to see, how their cultures would mesh and stuff like that. And we never got that, because he's still stuck on, oh, I met you 10 years ago. If I didn't like you then, I don't like you now. And I don't think that's cool. I don't think he gave it a chance.
He doesn't like himself. He doesn't like himself. He needs some more work.
He's got low self-esteem. But if you notice,
Christiana agrees with me.
And if you notice, when he's around Jose, that's when he gets pumped
That's
up.
when he gets the sparkle in his eye. That's what I saw
Jose
say.
Jose gets him pumped up. But see,
we cannot say we surprised how people act on a season. Yes, they could.
Anyway,
yes, they
we
can.
watched too many shows with this. We're about to bring you on in a second, Devonte. Let me read this comment from Jay Antoinette real quick.
And say what he keeps saying is so bad.
He's been slandering her nonstop. Exactly. And I don't like that at all. All right, Devonte, we bring you.
My mouse isn't working.
Take him off mute. You on mute? Yeah, he's on mute.
Oh, my bad. I was just telling y'all, take your time. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you? How are we looking?
Y'all looking good.
Thank you. I'm on the upswing. So.
All right.
Doing good.
We going through something similar on this side. Lord.
Are you?
Yeah, my father-in-law has throat cancer, but he finished his last chemo and radiation today. So.
Okay, I have 2 more treatments, and then maybe in the first year get surgery. So I'm looking forward to it. All right,
we getting there.
So
good for your father-in-law.
Oh yeah, good for your father-in-law. Yeah. So what's going on?
I'm a new dog dad again.
Yeah.
So we got my boy.
Oh,
hey. We trying to get one too. Not so big though, like a little.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No, I want one. I want one for a long time. Like a little.
Make sure your house is spotless.
Yeah. So what's up? You've been watching Married at First Sight. So what you been thinking about it?
Oh my God. Yeah, I've been watching it. I don't know. The men this season is just very disappointing. If they got more problems than the women. Not trying to say women have more problems usually, but like they the drama.
I've been saying that from the beginning. I'm like, the men are the ones this season.
You said that.
I said that. Roll back the camera footage.
I know. What did Andre say? Roll the tape.
Right. And I was like, the men have more issues this season. Like you said, it's not like the women don't, but the men seem to, like, literally all of them. And to me, Gil's problem is he messy. He wanted, to me, one of the girls like, girl, they said X, Y, Z. To me, that's the problem. You can't trust somebody like that. Even though he's got a good job. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust him.
Mm-hmm.
But
you want to get in that car with the gossip, he gonna get in, bang.
Exactly. You can't hold water. You can't trust somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't as a man. He couldn't be my dude. Nah. But anyways, so you can start with whoever you want to start with.
Well, we started off.
Who was y'all just talking about?
Johnny. How disappointed I was in Johnny. Remember how I was like, oh, I'm hoping like they'll be the first, international couples. We can see their cultures max. And I'm like, I think Val's gonna bring it out. But Johnny,
Val didn't do nothing for Johnny.
Nah.
Johnny is his daddy's son. For real.
Yeah.
He got problems bad. He got real bad daddy issues, and he is like super mean to Val. Like he go for her throat. But I do feel he got maybe one more time, and Val just gonna let him have it. Like, you think you all that, don't you, Johnny? You vanilla sex having son of a, I feel like she just gonna snap.
Yeah.
I saw that with this last episode because she was not having it after they had that dinner. She's like, I'll just take your champagne and I'll take your food too. She's like, and he was like, good night. She's like, good. I'm like, nah. Let me go.
Like, go ahead. He worse than the one dude who was packing up his cat.
His cat?
The one dude from a couple seasons ago, white Caucasian sex.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, he keep on. He just every time he's like, I gotta go home, Val. I just can't. And then her friend Sarah. Oh, she's terrible.
It's always a friend, isn't it? He pulled a Zach. He pulled a Zach and Mindy. He pulled that card. I was like, that is not cool. That is.
And then he tried to be funny, talk about I talked to Sarah more than I talked to you in the last couple of years. Like, basically trying to like, I never wanted you. If it wasn't for this show, like he just terrible.
Yeah, he brings her down to me to make himself feel better.
Yeah,
about
and even when she was crying, that little fake hug, he was patting her on the back. I'm like, you really heartless, man. Like, she over here breaking down about hiding under a trailer and stuff. You don't have no care in the world.
Mm-mm. He don't care about her. Cassandra said that he looks at her like hate, and I said he looks at her to me like it's disgust. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both. But I think it's just because she happy and stuff, and that's what he want to be, but he can't do it. That's the problem.
Well, Go ahead. I
wasn't gonna say nothing to her for you. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say part of Johnny's problem to me also is that he's a serial dater and Ryan's a serial dater. That's his problem. They think, in my opinion, that they're gonna find, which people have found Mr. and Mrs. Right on these dating apps, but they do it like next, that they're not trying to find somebody for real. They're just trying to date to see if they get a spark with somebody. That's the problem. He's looking for a spark without giving somebody a chance. You know what I'm saying? And he truly, he may not like Bao like that. And it just so happened to be like, sometimes it's a small world and they got matched together. So he might not, but you don't have to treat her like that though. Mm-hmm. You don't got to treat her. I mean, you just go through the process till the end, be like, okay, we're not compatible. We're going to get a divorce. You don't got to be like, you don't shower, you don't cook, you don't this, you don't that. That's not how you maintain a friendship. I mean, you can still be friends after the fact just because you don't like somebody like that.
Don't tell Michaela that.
No, Michaela's a different topic. We'll get into that in a minute. Because I said that.
I tried to say she wasn't bad. She wasn't crazy. I tried to say it, but now I'm like, all right.
Like I said, do we need to roll back my footage again?
You did call it. You called it.
I was like, cause she was doing too much at the wet. See,
I was enjoying her.
Age and wisdom will do that to you. Age and wisdom.
I was enjoying Michaela. I thought she was gonna be a breath of fresh air.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Well,
she good for ratings. She good for ratings.
She good for ratings, but not in a good way. Chris, and I hate to say this, Chris was good for ratings because we was looking forward to see what he was going to do. Michaela, we already know what she was going to do week to week. We were just waiting to see if they was going to show it. That's the difference. But the sad thing is, again, roll the tape back, that we as the Black community, especially Black women, already have a stigma about us anyway. And she's showing the stigma week after week after week, and then get in front of other people and be like, well, we have our issues. That's Jekyll and Hyde mentality. That's Jekyll and Hyde. And I'm like, girl, no.
Or what did she say? She was like, Zach has no proof of my bad behavior.
They was like,
right. That's when I knew she was a little off. I was like, you don't remember flipping the bench? Flipping the ping pong table?
If she had a trip, I would have laughed at that. She had a fail on her knees. I would have laughed. I'm like, her toes hurt. She's gonna have a bruise.
Chris level diabolical.
It is Chris level diabolical, but she had to never say that's a panic attack. That's not no panic attack. That was anger.
I was wondering. I was like, I've really never witnessed a panic attack, but I ain't never seen nobody do it. Like, it's usually they can't function right. Like they I don't know.
It's like now. It would be like you sitting there talking to us, or we sitting there talking to you, and all of a sudden you have something come over you. You're like, oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't. It's something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like your thoughts come compressed to you. Not like you get up, slam doors, try to kick over something. You break your toes. Her toes probably is broke because did nothing move.
It hurt.
So it definitely hurt. That's a panic attack when you're in your thoughts, you consume, you can't breathe, you feel like you're having a heart attack like that.
Right.
Not what she was doing. She had a legit, she's angry, kindergarten tantrum and blames most things on her dad, stuff like that. So she clearly, to me, hasn't continued to go through the grieving process when it comes to her dad, the death, and those circumstances. Because she puts everything, she labels everything like, oh, my dad, I'm an abandonment. No.
Now, I'm not taking this as gospel, but I did see on the Married at First Sight Facebook page that someone said that they dated Michaela like a few years back before her dad died.
I heard that.
And she was still the same way.
Oh, and she ain't just become Hurricane K. She been that, but now she got an excuse to be Hurricane K. Oh, my abandonment issue. Be like, no, this ain't got nothing to do with abandonment because I didn't call you back. I didn't tell you that I was walking the dog real quick. That ain't got nothing to do with your dad. That's
you. That's all day you.
Like, do y'all think that's got something to do, like, it's something with her family? Is it they fault? Like, she just really never got checked about it, or like she needs some serious, like, you think she like maybe need like anger management?
Maybe. Well, she does. Anytime you're destroying other people's property, you have anger issues.
Not just destroying other people's property, just the way that you talk in general, because
she always cusses at him, though.
This is not, this is not going to be the mom said so show, but it's turning into that. But in the beginning,
this was my favorite right here.
Well, we're not going to talk about her hair and not like
that. What she said. He has no evidence of my bad behavior.
He has no evidence of my... Sure.
Dr. Pepper was on everything, though.
I know. When she sat down before the honeymoon, whether it was before or after, no, it was after the wedding and they met the families, and she was like, "Oh no, I don't talk like that, and I'm not like that." And the next scene, she was like, "Boop boop boop boop, F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb." I'm like, you haven't even known this man 48 hours. I told you, but we're not gonna make it about me. We're not gonna make it.
But I knew she was lying, because why would you just tell somebody random like, "Oh, when I get upset, I don't curse. I don't do none of that. I'd rather talk it out with the person. That's not normal. We're like, why you got to tell me what you would do when you get upset? But then,
Well,
I don't know. I feel like Zach. Go ahead.
Well, let me say, no, you're fine. That's me. She did that because she was just like she did with Dr. Pepper and just like she did with the ladies along the way. She is Jekyll and Hyde. She's trying to show that she's really this way, but not this way. And it doesn't work because her personality is so intense. She can't help it. So back to you, like, do you think she need counseling? You gonna hear me? Because hell yeah, she need counseling. Sorry, she need counseling
expeditiously.
So, do you think it all stems from? Do you think it stems from her dad, or it's just like that's something deeper?
That is deeper. It's definitely something deeper, like a Michael deeper. Like it's something like deep. Oh, Cliff isn't muted.
Well, he probably hasn't unmuted himself yet.
Oh, okay.
He can unmute himself.
No, I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. Hey,
how is the best mother and duo daughter on YouTube doing? How are you ladies doing?
Hold on.
How y'all doing though?
I'm doing good today. Well. I'm feeling better. Thank you.
That's good. You look good.
Thank you so much. I'm down 62 pounds.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Your child looking more and more like you. I swear. You texting me.
Yeah,
she's looking more and more like you. You do. You need to stop it. You do. But yeah, with Michaela, I had so much hope in her at first. I really did, and I looked more at the time. I was looking more like, yo, Zach is just a runner, your little track star. But then I still feel he is, but she's off the walls. Her anger, her temper is a little too much for my liking. It really is. And I was like, even when he was sitting down, when he was looking at her, like when they were sitting outside, and she's like, I can't. In a way, he looked at her like, oh, she crazy.
Yeah,
what's up, Ellie?
Ellie? Now that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you on that.
Yo,
I rewinded like 5 times though.
Yo, at first I thought Devonte, I thought she was crying at first, right? I thought she was crying the way she sounded, and then she started laughing. I said, "Oh, this chick nuts." I was like, "Yo, she nuts."
Oh, she nuts.
Crazy laugh. Like,
yeah, it's levels.
He must think he really trying me. Like, yeah.
Listen, what she was saying about I'm the same person whether we married or not, I was getting her. But his point was, we had this conversation yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I guess off camera, they had that same type of conversation.
Right.
My thing is, if y'all gonna work it out, there's no point of getting a divorce. You know what I'm saying? By that conversation, I'm with her on that. But the way she behaved, like she really needs counseling, and so do he, because he's a runner. He reminds me of the women I hate. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Once an issue happens, they gone. I can't take that. I don't have the patience.
I knew from the beginning that Zach wasn't ready just because of the way that he said he wanted to be married. Like his parents are married for X amount of years, his brother's married, and one's engaged. So to me, he wanted to be part of that group, and that's why he came on the show. So I don't think he's ready either. Zach needs counseling, but Michaela needs inpatient counseling. Honestly, like she needs
boxing the air.
30 days. And then
Ellie says she was boxing the air.
Yeah, because there was no panic attacks. He was literally tripping with a pen.
But do you I feel like they got a toxic relationship. Like he liked making her upset because he said in the beginning, it was like, I can't wait to figure out what we're gonna argue about. I can't wait for our first argument. Like, who says that? That's
but
toxic
I understand
behavior.
that. No. I understand that logic though. I understand it in the words of I want to see how you react. Cause see, when it's all good, it's all good. You know, there's roses and butterflies, but you need to know how a person behaves when they're upset. So that's why I got him on that, because they could be the greatest thing when they're happy, but then be a monster when they're angry that you can't take it. So that part I understood. That's logical. And how people handle conflicts, how people handle conflicts when they're angry, to me, is very important.
Of course.
Are you a low blow thrower? You know, do you walk like, it's just important. So I get it. And the way she handled conflict is not cool at all. But I would say the same for him, getting up and leaving out. The only time I felt he was justified to get up and walk out is when she told him to leave. Every other time he walked out, I thought he was wrong.
Yeah. He's emotionally immature. They're both emotionally immature, but he's emotionally immature where, and this goes back to your point, Devonte, when you're like, do you think the family for her? But I think the family for Zach, because I think Zach's a baby, I think he was coddled a lot, which, I don't know, you have to grow up and find yourself, I guess. And I also think that Zach has been in lots of relationships where he kind of like, it comes across like, you know, he would like buy gifts and then they would turn around and leave. So he has like the, oh, well, I don't know who's going to really love me for me and something like that. Again, versus Michaela, who issues run so deep that honestly, it's more than just her grieving for her dad. It's more than just her also being the baby and her family knows how she is. Like something else must have happened along the way to me in her childhood to get her to even continue along this path of really destruction for herself and just in general. And I don't want to get too deep about it because I don't know her, but that's how it comes.
I wonder what his parents too, like, because they see him all nice and everything, but yet this is y'all son acting like, oh, I don't know why I want everything to be perfect. Like, what's going on with that? Like, why does he need to be perfect? Because it don't seem like nobody's perfect unless I don't know. Like, do you think they try to, like, it's something in the family? You know how some people like.
Well, isn't his mom and dad like one's a doctor, one's a lawyer? So maybe that's where he finds that he needs to be perfect too, with the perfect career, a doctor, a lawyer. So maybe he feels like so far he hasn't lived up to that. So maybe that's where he gets that from, like the Huxtable type thing.
Okay, I mean,
to me.
But I mean, I feel like if you're successful in your career, what do you being married got to do with it? Like, I mean, that is you being single.
It shows that he just might want a structured family life because that's what he grew up with. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? He had mother and father in the same household. So he's going to look at marriage different than a person who grew up in a household with two parents that's separated.
Yeah.
So I understand why he wanted.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so do y'all think he's ready for marriage? Like, remember when he said, "I'm ready for marriage. I'm just not ready for marriage with you."
No.
He's not.
Listen, I get what he was saying when he made that comment because she's off the wall. But do I think he's ready? No, because all he do is walk away. You can't do that in a marriage. You shouldn't even do that in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. But how are you going to get to marriage? You can't just walk away. It's one thing if you be like, hey, let me take a breath for a minute. But when you going home to sleep and not coming back, that's inexcusable.
Right.
So I don't think he's ready. A lot of time when guys are young, there's rare exceptions like yourself. When guys are young, usually they're not ready for marriage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't think, I just think he's just not ready. He have to mentally mature. He got to learn how to have, just not to walk away and handle the problem right then and there.
Right.
With her, she gotta learn not to be a maniac.
She needs in-person counseling to start to work on those issues.
I agree.
So, and that's not throwing shade. That's real. Just by her behavior from even the honeymoon. Like, how come she couldn't stay on the honeymoon and just enjoy it with the other couples, but she just flipped out like my husband. It's like, what?
So do y'all think like they could do anything to fix their marriage, or they just need to separate? It's too toxic.
What kind of question is that?
Right.
Listen, listen. I'm the type of person who, but I mean, I know they're not going to stay together. You could pretty much watch the show and tell. But do I think it's possible to fix it? Yeah, I think they both on the inside are good people. It's the way they handle problems that's the issue. That's really the issue. How they handle issues. If they went to counseling and got help, not from Pastor Cal and them, like somebody that's really, really official, I think it would help them. Because see, Pastor Cal and all of them, to me, I feel like they just want the show to continue.
Of course.
It's like, I be telling you, I don't feel like it's real. I need somebody that's going to give you real help and say, hey, you're wrong when you do this. Hey, maybe try to do this. Talk to them like this. Try this way. Just different techniques.
I think that Zach
and if they had that, I think they'd be all right.
Yeah, but I think Zach and Michaela are beyond that. They're beyond the, learn to communicate. They're beyond that because, again, based off of how Michaela handles her anger, her aggression towards any little thing, because when she's talking, she's already checked out on her face, like I didn't say that. Like in her words, she blacks out too much. So she's not even understanding what she's doing. So she needs, again, a whole different depth of counseling. You just can't come in and be like, well, Michaela, you need to learn how to talk out with Zach, and Zach, same thing. No. There's steps to this. She needs to be in a facility with true help first, and then maybe she could gradually step down until she learns what it is that she's doing. Seriously. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but she showed that consistently as the show has gone on. And it's really sad to see, because even, I know, Cliff, you're not going to like this, even your boy Michael, with all his issues, I don't think he needed as much in-person facility like Michaela does, because she's just shown that she's just truly off the deep end with this. And it's really, really unfortunate. Seriously. I hope she gets the help that she needs, for real. Zach too, but definitely Michaela. So let's move on, because we could talk about them for a while. We're not going to be on here past an hour, to be honest. Who do we want to talk about next? We want to talk about Brett and Ryan.
It's one person I want to talk about. I forget their name. The little Spanish couple. What's their name again?
Jose and Rachel.
She the one that says she spent the night at her ex's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would have. Oh wow. How he ain't cancel her right then and there? I don't get that. She can't be trusted. Listen. I'm not. He was wrong for what he did, without a shadow of a doubt. He shouldn't have locked the door and then act like he ain't locked. He ain't mean to do it. He know he meant to do that. Right. But you got a mama. I'm sure you got a daddy, a cousin, somebody, a friend you could have went to, but you went to. Son, we getting divorced. Because I'm always, even if I'm wrong and you didn't do anything, in the back of my head, I'm not sure.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. And why is he your first person? Why is he the one that he was ready to come pick you up?
Yeah,
like, where's the people in your wedding? Yeah, like where's the people in your wedding?
Right. Let's see. Rachel's moving.
I mean, he was being petty, so why can't she be petty?
Well, if you don't
be married, you don't go.
No, there's level. You cannot do that. It's levels to it. It's levels to it. What he did was wrong. You do not go to. Listen, if he would have went to another woman's house, YouTube and all of the creators would be outraged. How toxic? What kind of man is that? Da. I could hear Chloe and the rest of y'all going off. But when she did it, just because he did wrong, and he did do wrong, doesn't mean you got the right to go and be at another man's house. Even if that was just her boyfriend, that's not okay. Because then when if he would have turned around and said, you know what, I don't forgive this, and the marriage is over, then she'd have been hurt and looking stupid.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Ellie said, tit for tat is never good in a relationship.
Right.
Well, just to be clear, I don't agree with what she did. Because why are you still trying to get sex anyways? And you're on Married at First Sight, and she got a relationship 6 months ago. She shouldn't be on the show anyways. So no,
that was probably the ex. That was probably
I'm sure
6 months ago.
Why did it be somebody else? It could have been.
Wait a minute. Did y'all see? Hold on. Wait a minute. Did y'all see Ellie? The comment y'all just took away that Ellie just wrote.
That one.
Not that one. That one. Nuh-uh. Well, she talked about Zach. She said Zach got flamed for calling his ex. Right. People was outraged that he called his ex, but homegirl went to her ex's house and spent the night. Right. Now, if I'm that, most exes is going to try to smash. What do you hear for you spending the night? Where did she sleep?
In the morning. Yeah, something's going down. For sure.
Yeah, I think he should. To me, if I'm him, I'm saying no on decision day. Who keep hitting my phone?
Did Michaela put her? Somebody said Michaela put her hands on Zach. What she do?
So last episode when they were in that cabin and she went to go take back his suitcase when he was walking out. So they went into the room and they closed the door. And you can hear on the microphone, like, why are you pushing me on the bed? She's like, go to sleep. So maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she is. That's that top. But I swear.
She ain't ike him, but she was pushing him from what I was hearing.
But I swear, that's why he liked, deep down, he liked when they make up. Because he was like, when they got done with Dr. Pepper, he was like, come on, you want to go meet up? We can talk. She
might got that fire, though. They like the makeup sex. That's probably what it is.
That's no reason to be together, though.
No, she's not. What's the word I want to use? She's not mentally capable of being able to separate them just having sex and them being in a relationship. She can't separate it. So Zach is wrong for doing that. True. And he knows he's wrong. True. He just don't care.
True.
I'm not going to say because she's not a little kid. So I'm not just going to put that on him. Well, I understand women are more attached sexually, but she's a grown woman. She know what she's doing. He ain't rape her.
He didn't.
So she got to make that decision to remove herself from that situation.
Yeah, she's not mentally capable. She tries, but she's not there. And Zach knows how she gets. And if he doesn't like that, why does he keep inserting himself in the same situation? So I don't feel bad for Zach. He keeps doing this to himself.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
So do y'all think Rachel was eventually gonna cheat on Jose? Like he's just gonna push her to the point and she gonna cheat?
I think Rachel's already.
I think she already smashed. I think the ex beat.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I think so. You calling me late night. First off, you calling me late night and you coming through. So if I'm the dude, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
Then she come over.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try. Most men are going to try.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And if they didn't do anything, the presumption is there that they did do something. Like, I'm sure if she was on the couch, he was on the couch too. Like, just tell me all about it. Right? Yeah.
Even that. But Mom is right. But even that, you going there telling your ex this, that, and the third will be a problem with me in itself. Why and then it's like, why you picked to go to your ex? Why you couldn't go to a family member house? You cannot tell me you couldn't go to a family member house or go to a hotel for a night. There's no excuse.
Right, because production, I mean, they were there to film. They should have got her a hotel room. I mean, that's what production's for, to keep you safe, right?
Matter of fact, they did that for, who was it? Somebody got into an argument. I don't know if it was Brandon and them or somebody, and they went and stayed in another, right, and they went and stayed in another hotel room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thing is, with that nice building, why they couldn't call the maintenance man to open the door?
That was the maintenance man, the ex.
Yeah, he was doing the plumbing. He was getting them clogs cleared.
She called the maintenance man. Hello, we should have never broke up, right, boo? Yeah.
Y'all don't think do you think they're gonna make it to decision day? Because I feel like they're gonna be that.
I think
so.
I think we might learn something during the reunion.
Oh, okay.
Listen, he was fixing pipes.
Yeah, he was laying some pipes. Yes, he was. So, all right. Well, let's talk about
Brett and Ryan.
Yeah, Brett and Ryan, because that eHarmony thing got me. Whatever he was doing.
Disrespectful. He disrespectful. Not only did you download the app and then try to act dumb about it, and then you gonna send her the text talking about you could take it how you want to take it, but I wasn't gonna use it after decision day. What?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me ask you this, because I kind of missed that part. Because I was doing something. Did he have the app before they was married and just kept it, or something he did when he was married?
No, he had just downloaded it like a day before.
No, the day of.
The day of. And then he happened to match with one of her friends, and the girls. Oh, hold on, your husband just matched with Jessica.
Mm-hmm. That's a cold piece right there. That's cold piece. And he didn't even seem like he even cared. He's like, yeah, well, I was gonna.
I mean, he not into her. He don't care. He not into her.
I always said he always looked like.
I wouldn't have did her like that. That's because she's it's not like she's a bad wife.
Do you think it's strictly because she's not a blonde?
Yeah,
it's because he's not attractive. Nah, because he could have talked her into changing her hair color. That's light. You know what I'm saying? He could have talked her into that. I think physically he's not. I think physically he's just not attracted to her. She could have been a blonde or whatever. Like, how hard is it to change your hair color? Women do it all the time.
He's still his problem is he's still grieving his best friend, and he's still he needs to cope with that, or that's separate from the relationship.
I think it's separate. He probably still need to cope with it, but I don't think that has nothing to do with this situation.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I just think he didn't really give her a chance, and he's really not attracted to her, and he has that right. It is an experiment.
Right.
Even though it's rare marriage, it is an experiment. I just feel like the way he handled her sometimes could be better, because she doesn't come off as a nasty person. She seemed like a sweet girl. So when I see people who come off as sweet, I'm like, handle them like they treat you, because she's been nothing but respectful to me.
Yeah.
So you could break up properly. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to just rush and make, you're gonna hurt the girl.
And she just lost her dog. You know how she feel about that dog.
Right.
Yeah, and then she about to lose you. So she going through it. And she know, and the bad part is she knows it. Yes, she is. She fell away.
You think so? Yeah. But I feel like she knew from the beginning that he wasn't into her, because she been down this road before. She said in the beginning, she was like, I just feel like he's not into me. I know I've been here. I know I see it. But she was just, I think, talking to the experts. They be like, just hang in there. I know your gut telling you that he don't like you, but that he just, it's a process. Like, nah, man, your gut was telling you the truth, Brett.
I agree with you, Devonte. She knew that from the very beginning. She knew that before they got on the plane for the honeymoon. She knew that back at the breakfast with the families, when his sister was like, well, he's not used to dating someone that looks like you, or whatever they were saying. But, it was already negative.
She went back like, I'm not used to dating no one that looks like him either.
Yeah, it was already negative from the breakfast. Like, and then when they got on the plane, and then, he was like, oh, well, she clearly was tripping on the plane, because remember when they made the honeymoon?
See, I didn't see those episodes. I missed the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't see those. So let me ask you, other than her not being a blonde, was there any other details he said he want in a woman, like feature wise?
I don't remember feature wise, but he wanted someone who liked to hunt and fish and do outdoorsy things and like country music. He had like a whole list of things.
It sounded like he wanted a Southern belle.
Yeah, he wanted a Southern belle, and she's none of that. She don't like to be outside and none of that.
But do y'all feel like maybe because he likes the model type girl, because he said it to his sister, if she was a model, I'd clean up the house and everything. So do you think because Brett, you know how she said, she's like, I'm not doing the makeup every day. Nope, not doing that. It's gonna be barefaced Brett. You gonna catch me with these yoga pants on, or you gonna love it. Do you think that has something to do with it? Like maybe she don't never get dressed up. You know what I mean?
No, I just don't think he was never attracted to her because, like you just said, remember what his sister said. If she was a Victoria's Secret model, he would have no problems doing anything.
Man,
So
we gotta. I can't wait till the Married at First Sight groups dig up his ex because she better be a Victoria's Secret model. She better be at least semi-close.
Oh, and then remember in the very beginning at the reception, when she was talking to his friends, they were saying that he don't like redheads. Like people don't look good as a redhead. So he was already didn't like her hair or just her whole aesthetic when he first saw her at the reception. Because even his friend said he's not attracted to someone that looks like you. His friend said that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it wasn't there from the jump. So yeah. All right. Well,
When someone that enjoys what he does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's next? So Gil and Myrla. What do you think about Gil and Myrla?
They the front runners, I guess.
They fine. Yeah, they cool. Ain't really nothing to talk about with them to me. They cool. I think they're eyeing out their little her spending and saving or whatever they got that issue going. I don't think that's nothing.
I don't like that he keep telling her like she should save a little bit, save 50% more. Like, bruh, saving is, huh?
Why not?
Because why does she need to save more if she already got way more saved than him probably from what it's looking
Doesn't
like.
matter. Doesn't matter. They're a couple now. And they have certain goals that they have a certain goal. And like he said, the example, he's like, maybe you cut back, you will reach it faster. I don't think he said anything wrong. I think if it would have been the other way around and he would have been like, well, this is my money, I do what I want with it or something of that nature, people wouldn't like that. But because she's a woman, is all empowerment BS.
I don't think it got nothing to do with
that's just how I feel.
I just feel. I don't think he could.
Yeah.
You just got here, bro. You just got here. You can't just tell nobody. Even though we married, you just can't tell me to just stop what I'm doing all the way. You supposed to compromise a little bit. Could you spend like, all right, you buy?
He didn't tell. No, that's not fair, Devonte. He didn't say for her not to spend. He said for her to cut back and try to save more. That's all he was saying. He ain't gonna get her to completely stop. That's just out the question. Right. She too bougie. Right. He know who he's married. But I don't think he's saying that. But who, huh? That's what she talk about is shopping. Where you get that from?
She said, but what she said when it comes to her shopping, she said she'll work. She'll like go shopping. I don't know, a couple times a year. That don't sound like a person that shop. A person that shop shopping once a week.
I'm just going off of she said when she spends, she spends. But you remember last season with Brett and what was the girl name? Well,
not Brett.
In the way she's and his thing was right. Olivia, she spend, and he that was an issue for him. You know what I'm saying? That was and she made more than Brett. But Brett had a house and this, that, and the third.
But she spent
because he was better. He was better with the money.
But he was mad that she spent and was in debt. She spent it and she can afford.
Okay, I give you that point, but his thing was that she had a certain goal. He ain't say exactly what. All he was saying was if you stack more, you'll get to that goal faster. I don't think he's saying anything bad.
Okay, to me. But do you feel like if he had the same bank account as hers, he would say that?
Now, see, I was going to say that.
Yes, I do. I think he's that tight.
I don't think so.
I think he was around. To be honest with you, I honestly think at one point in his life he was around money. I really feel like his father was, for them to do what they did, his father was in them streets. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he was around money at one point in time in his life, and why he moved the way he moved.
Well, that's possible, but let me say something that I see, the perception of that. Okay, so she spends. She don't have any kids. He don't have kids, stuff like that. But Gil is also responsible for sending money back to his family that lives technically in a third world country, which is Colombia. So I think he feels, in my perception, that he's being more responsible by sending money to his family and not spending it, which is, kind of putting him behind the 8 ball a little bit with saving, even though he's got a great career as a firefighter, versus Myrla, who's just kind of like spending just all free will. And he's like, well, maybe if you put like a little bit more up, we could get to our goal faster. But it just comes across that Myrla has a little bit more saved than Gil. And he just kind of wants her to see that, if you put a little bit more towards this goal, because, I'm helping family members, maybe we could get to where we're getting a little faster. That's what I think he's trying to say, trying to get her to see, like, I'm compromising sending my money here, but if you can just put a little bit more here without spending as much, it'll help us get to our goal faster. But I think that they'll say yes on decision day, but because of the money and finances thing, because money and finances and communication is the number 1 and 2, respectively, the reasons why people do not stay long term. I don't see this staying long term because I don't think that she's going to stop spending.
I disagree.
That she wants to spend, but that's just my.
I disagree. I think they're gonna stay together. I really could see them staying together. I think they will get past this. I agree with you about money being up there, but I don't think this will. Right. It's usually when having the money is an issue, and that's not their issue. Okay. So I think they'll get past this, and I believe she's really into him. I think she really loves him right now. She just don't really want to say it. She'll say, "I made the choice," like Pastor Cal say, "They made the choice." But I think she really loves him.
I think that she's grown into I don't know about love just yet. I think she's grown into strong that can turn into love. Yes, I think so. But I still think the money thing, I think they'll communicate pretty well, but I still think that money is going to be the issue that can eventually break the camel's back. Now, of course, with all of them, I'm like, well, with Gil and Myrla, I said this on the Jasmine show, I could see them going a little bit further down the road. And then all the other couples, like, good luck in the future, because everybody else can just, call it day, so. But I think money will always be the thing for them. It just, to me, it just will. It just will. Like to go back last season to Vianna and Brenton. Who? Mm-hmm. I mean, Brianna and Vince. I think that will still be a topic of conversation. The money thing. Right. Just by the way that Vinny sees money and how Brianna spends it in her career. Same thing with Gil and Myrla. Even though Gil has a great career as a firefighter, and I'm sure, he makes a good amount of money, but it's just other things that he does with his money. So I just think that will be a topic of always a roller coaster.
Someone also brought up a good point
to me.
Kimberly said, Myrla also said that her and her siblings help take care of their mother. So
yeah, but if their mother is her mother here or is her mother in Colombia?
It doesn't matter.
Kind of does, because if her mother lives in the States, then what things cost and the living stuff like that. And Colombia is technically a third world country, and there's extras that you need to do. There's the money differences, because money isn't the same wealth and value there, and who else she's taking care of, and the house and all kind of stuff in a third world country. So it's a different dynamic. So it just depends. But it said her other siblings. He don't have no other siblings taking care of his mother. At least we haven't heard that. Right. So, but
I seen Unfiltered that like she is like them jokes that he be doing. It do bother her a little bit. Like she'll let it slide, but she say he do like joke a little too much. And Ryan brought up, he was like, what he say? He said if Myrla made the jokes about him being cheap or something like that, the whole world would take it different than because Gil doing it or something. I don't know.
I agree with that. Just by the way, again, the way that the money issue started from the very beginning, because we saw that with her, like before they even got married, like, ew, I don't do this and I don't do that, and we have a perception of how she views money and how she spends money. Because even on the honeymoon, he was like, oh, he even called her bougie. That's still in there. You can't tell me she don't think that in the back of her mind. Somebody like, oh, he thinks it's.
I think she bougie.
I mean, she. I think she know that. Don't her friends say that?
Yeah, but
I thought that was well known.
Yeah, but it's different from being bougie and ghetto. Bougetto, that's different. I think she bougetto. Like she'll slide on some stuff. Cause bougie, they not sliding at all. It's no.
But I don't see anything wrong with her earning her money and being independent. I don't. But when you get married, you have to compromise. And if she's not willing to compromise and he's not willing to compromise, and I don't know, it's just going to be an issue. Like I said, I would like to see how Brianna and Vincent are coming along with.
I get what you're saying, but for most men, that ain't gonna work.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
That's not gonna roll, Allie. I get. You make a good point, but some dudes, they don't care what's the money dynamic. They're not taking a back seat.
So, Mom, you basically think it's what? Is it 5 couples?
Yeah, I think so.
So you think it's gonna be 1 and 4? One gonna make it
2. I got 2.
I said 1 and 4 the first time, but it's the wrong couple. Because I didn't see Gil and Myrla, period. But now to me, they're like the ones who are should say yes. Like I said, all the other ones, good luck in the future. Because Michaela, Zach, don't know what to tell you. Get your counseling. Bow and Johnny, he don't care for her.
Jose and Rachel,
they'll probably say yes to save face.
They're gonna say yes.
And then
I believe they'll say yes.
So really,
I
one and a half.
I look at Rachel and Jose like I look at damn, I'll be forgetting these couples' name. The couple that just filed for divorce. One is young, the other one's older. Last season. That's how I feel like the relationship is gonna be. They're gonna go past these days. Sometime next year, we'll hear that they're getting a divorce.
Well, before the next season starts, probably. So
I feel like if they do get divorced, it's gonna be something with that trip to Spain. What's that trip she's trying to go on? Europe?
Somewhere in Europe, I forget. No, if they get divorced, I think it's gonna be because of the lockout, the exes. I can't trust you because Jose is messy too. Yes,
Jose is messy.
He's real messy.
He is very possessive. He's very, what else is he?
Jealous.
He's
got issues of cheating also from his father who cheated on his mother.
He got trust issues.
So
he got a lot of things happening with him.
And the clipboard. I can't be doing no clipboard. I'm not putting my stuff on no clipboard. Your credit score dropped 10 points, which you spend your money on. Like what? Like, huh? Yeah.
Doing that like -10 this month.
I know. Like that's crazy. Like, yeah. So yeah. How many couples do you see making it?
Wait, hold on. Before you say anything, I cannot pronounce this person's name, but it's on the screen.
Let me see.
Every couple has problems to overcome. Gil and Myrla can overcome, especially with counseling.
Yeah. If they go to counseling.
You think they need counseling, Gil and Myrla?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think everybody needs counseling on the show?
Yeah. I said that. Roll the tape back.
Yep.
Yeah. Roll it back. Yeah.
It's
I think that there's definitely issues. There's issues with family ties with Gil and Myrla just from the devastation they took from their fathers, the different type of devastation. So yeah, I think they're counseling there. Johnny for sure needs. Come on now, don't get me started. Everybody, I said it from the beginning. This whole season, like, what is going on with this? With these
right, Cliff, you joined late. You didn't give. I don't think you got to say anything about Johnny. And Bao.
Yeah.
Oh nah, yeah, you're right. With Johnny and Bao, I kind of feel bad for both. I know most people don't look at it, but look at it that way for Johnny. I think he's a little too hard on her at times, but in the same breath, I'm like, got matched with a girl he goes. Why is people keep trying to push him to like this girl? He goes to 10 years ago. Do you want him to be a husband? No, you don't like him. And then saying, well, he slept with us. So what? You sleep with a bunch of chicks down there. I'm just being honest. I'm saying it's right, but it happens. And he might have been attracted to her in the beginning, but also to keep it real with you, after a dude sleep with you, that's when they know they really like you. Just being honest. That happens. You know what I'm saying? And with her, I think he tried a little bit with her, and then after a while he was done with her. When it comes to Bao, I just want Bao to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like this whole situation of her friend talking bad against her. Because when she said her friend knew her, and I got what she was saying. Like, yeah, I acted a certain way. Because if you talk to my New York friends compared to my friends in NC, they're gonna talk about me a different way because I was at different stages in the time.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I get where she was coming from. She's like, yeah, I did that back then, but I'm a different person now. So I didn't find that fair that he did that to her. I think Val's a nice girl. But stop forcing it. Stop pushing it. If a man tell you he don't like you, don't keep trying. If he don't like you, he don't like you. You giving him your body is not making him like you more. Don't matter if you wait 1 day or 90 days. It's not gonna change him. Don't want you. And I think she's a nice enough girl to find somebody that will be loving towards him. It's just not him. And I can't be too mad at him. I know people try to compare him to Chris. Chris, he ain't got nothing on Chris. They not even in the same category. You know what I'm saying? My thing with him is just he got matched with somebody he don't like. And I would ask people, think of that guy that you ladies on here, think of the guy you didn't like, or you ghosted, you did whatever, and then when you walk down the aisle, there he go. And now you're married to him. You wouldn't be happy. That's all it is. I just wish he would handle it differently.
Yeah, but you know what? For Johnny, do I feel for him a little bit? Because, well, less than a little bit, actually. 1%. Yeah, because in the beginning, before he got married, or either it was before he got married or after he got married, like right after, he was saying how, you know, he wanted his dad's approval. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And he didn't get it. You know, it's like, you know, he wasn't sure if he could go through the process. So Johnny was already in a different mindset before he got married to Bao. We already know that, well, we didn't know that he didn't care for Bao till he got married and saw who it was. But he already didn't know he could go through the process based off of whatever issue, that's this counseling, like this whole season needs, before he got married. So there's something else that was going on there from his perception, just like with Jose and his dad cheating and all that other stuff. There's just the whole thing. But I really had higher hopes for this season because everyone except Zach are in their mid-30s. It was like, oh, it's about time we got people in their mid-30s who should be mature enough to go through this process.
I said the same thing.
And it didn't work. They're showing out. I mean, honestly, this is the first season that I said, and I will stand by this, and I will even be on the experts, that they're in their mid-30s. We had high hopes, like, okay, this is going to work. They're more mature. And everybody on here needs counseling. Everybody needs to
But we also got to put that on the experts.
No, I was going to say
the producers.
No, Cliff, I was going to say too was that not just only everyone need counseling. So you're trying to tell us as a viewer, that not one person came across like they needed counseling when we sat down and saw these couples individually at first talking. It was like, there's something not right with this. And they're supposed to get vetted. Now, 1 or 2 people may slip through the cracks per season. For example, Chris slipped through the crack. Brandon, Taylor, Michael, whoever.
Brandon was amazing.
Still, but you know what I'm saying? There's always someone, regardless of who you think it is, slip through the cracks.
Or like a Taylor.
And Olivia. That's why I said there's someone who you think slipped through the crack. But not the whole cast. The whole cast slipped through the cracks. The whole cast,
especially Brett, like his face is always
the whole cast, except Zach is 35 and older, have issues like this. I'm just so disappointed with this. I know I say it probably every season, but honestly, this season, hand down.
I don't think Wichita got issues though.
What?
I don't feel Bao and Johnny. I don't think they have issues as people.
They do because
you're giving us like what? Listen what I'm saying. Hear me out. As people, I think they are good people, just not for each other. With Michaela and what's the boy name?
Zach.
Michaela, Zach. Yeah, they got issues. Whether they together, not together, they have issues. I don't feel that way about Bao and Johnny. I just think they all in water.
No, because you said you didn't see the beginning issues. I mean, you said you didn't see the beginning
True,
episode.
I did miss the first 4 episodes of it.
Right, and so let me rephrase what I said. So I think all the couples, even individually, need counseling. That doesn't mean they're not good people. That doesn't mean that. I'm not saying they're not good people individually. However, they all need counseling.
They have personal issues.
Right, they have personal issues because, like I mentioned, and you didn't see this, Johnny almost didn't go through the marriage because his dad wasn't there. He wanted his dad's approval. That right there shows he has issues with his dad. So he has daddy issues from jump. Bao said that she was a loner and that her dad is an alcoholic and she didn't know how her family would take it with her marrying on this show because of culture issues. That's a personal, in-depth family issue. So they all have issues. Now, yes, they're all in water because Johnny don't like her, but they all, Brett's still grieving. Excuse me, Ryan's still grieving. Brett is like, I hope someone likes me. She's internally insecure. Mm-hmm. Rachel just got out of a relationship 6 months prior from someone who she lived with during the whole pandemic, who she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Jose is still tripping off of his dad and his mom getting divorced, and he's got a new stepmom. I mean, we go on and on and on. They all have issues that need counseling. Now, are they good people? Probably. But as a couple with this season, the experts dropped the ball with everybody. Not one couple, everybody.
I know y'all gotta go, and this is my
no, we can go like a few more minutes. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, did y'all feel like Sarah was out of pocket, even though she friends with both of them? If that was your friend, that's out of pocket.
Well, first of all, I would hope that my friend would know better. And if someone's really your friend, they're not going to sell you down the river like that. If they're really your friend, mm-hmm. If someone,
she ain't like her. She ain't really like her.
But what if she was more friends? Because Johnny said he talked to Sarah more than he talked. Obviously, more than
she only know him because of her.
See that right there is shady. Is Zach and Mindy shady? We need more in depth to see what's going on because
if that's your friend, and even though Johnny might be more friends with Sarah,
he's probably attracted to Sarah more than Bao anyway.
Probably than Bao.
Mm-hmm.
That's her mutual friend. She shouldn't, bring Bao down. I mean, she doesn't have to say all the positive things, but
your real friend, if they're your real friends, not gonna do that.
Talk mess about you, saying that's because what Sarah was saying that Bao does is something that's very manipulative. It's very.
She did what Mindy friend did.
So why would you tell that to somebody? Because that's not a good side you would want someone to know about you, even if you perceive them to do that. You should want to talk them up, not bring them down. So no, Sarah's not a good friend, not even a best friend.
Honestly, I don't think Bao has real female friends. Bao's a loner. Bao's a loner, so I don't think so. I don't think so. And
she did the same. Mindy friend did the same thing when it came to Zach.
Yeah. That's what
down. And it's gonna sound believable because you, as the guy, you looking at it like, well, she known her for years,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So it was cold blooded.
But how do you still up to someone's friend though? Like, how do you just be like, hey, how do you do that and be comfortable?
Yes, this season and last season were the worst 2 seasons.
Go ahead, Devonte.
I was gonna say, like what Cliff just said. Like, even if somebody told me that, if you're supposed to be their friend, I'm gonna look at you like you must not like them or something, because it don't make no sense why you would just sit here and start bad talking your friend. You bad talking your girl like that. I'm looking at you like, is you jealous or something?
That's exactly what it is.
Sarah said she's actually Johnny's friend. I mean, Ellie said Sarah's actually Johnny's friend.
But Bao also said that Sarah was her best friend.
So they did. I'm wondering because they didn't know each other from college. So I'm wondering if she was just in both of their circles. Because then that makes the case a little different.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Ramel said, we need more.
All right, so I don't know how to judge that one then. That's a tough one because she's cool with both sides.
Yeah, but still both sides. Your friend is still talking smack about you.
Yeah, but what if she's closer to? But what if she's closer to
Johnny?
To Johnny. If her loyalty is more to Johnny, she's not gonna let him go down a path she think is messed up.
Well, I didn't see her.
You let him all the way get married. Wasn't Sarah at the wedding?
I didn't see her.
No, she ain't let him get married. Remember, she didn't know who they was marrying.
That's true.
At the wedding?
I don't think so. But I just think Johnny just wants an out. Well, he don't want an out. He gave himself out a long time ago.
I think if Johnny had a woman he liked, he would be different. That's why I'm not that hard on, because it's like he got a woman he didn't like her 10 years ago. He like when he sat there, and I was saying this from jump, but when he sat there and said we had 15 years to date, but I wasn't into you.
That's true.
Game over. Close the book. It's a wrap.
That's true. I agree.
There's no more talking. It should have been done.
I agree with that. And I think, but he still should be cordial to her until they have to say yes or no. He don't have to keep, talking to her like she's.
But you know why it's coming out is because it's always about them being together. So it angers him. I'm not saying he's right, but I'm just saying it's always about them being together. That's why he said, let's bring it to basic talk, because he don't want to talk about that because he know he's not going to be with her. But when it comes to, hey, work it out, and this one saying work it out, he gets aggravated because he look at her as this is not the type of woman I will want. And he look at her in a shady way.
Yeah, he does.
Right or wrong.
Yeah, he does. He does. So, well, we'll read one more comment. We are getting ready to go, though.
But I want to go back to what 2L said. She said, Bao said they're friends but not close, so take the term friend loosely.
So then if you're not...
I thought that was her best friend. Maybe I heard wrong.
Well, people call people friends who really are
best friends who are not really your best friend.
Who are really just an associate or just somebody you happen to know.
Or your sister or your brother, quote unquote. So,
or someone you happen to know.
Maybe Sarah's just a regular
Yeah, people use friend in the word love real loose. To me.
Sarah was probably one of the ones.
Hey, I ain't seen Brenda in forever. Hey, Brenda.
Yeah, so. Shit, I'm ready for, what did Tamar say? Decision day. Everybody. We say decision, you say day. Decision.
How many episodes we got left?
I think 2.
It gotta be like 2. I thought it'd be like 3.
Well, 3 with the reunion. Because it's still a week left, so that would be next week, the week after, and then like that. So we'll see. Well,
let me ask y'all a question, just yes and no it, because I don't want to mess nothing up for nobody. Have y'all heard any of the rumors and things like that with Bao and them? Or
yes.
No.
All right.
Yes.
I'll leave it alone.
Devonte said yes.
I don't want to spoil nothing.
Oh, what you mentioned earlier?
All right, we can leave it alone. I don't want to spoil
nothing. And somebody else. I won't say the name because some people might not want any spoilers.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will probably be back
for decision day. I
mean, I watch, even though we're not on here, I do watch it. Just depends on how I'm feeling for the day. But I do watch it. But
they probably will from now drag out the reunion like they did last season.
I hope not,
because they want more ratings, and they probably thought they were going to have this season be like last season, but it's not.
No.
So I think they'll try to do it again.
I don't know. Listen, what's next? Boston or San Diego?
Boston,
I believe.
Boston better bring it, or else look, I may have to reconsider going live. I'm getting tired of talking about the same thing.
Are y'all gonna review Ready to Love?
I want to, but it just depends. I don't know. Now I did see it last week, and I was like, I'm gonna have to hold my tongue. A different mom. I'm like, they looking a little, how should I say nice, a little rough around the edges on that show. I'm just saying.
Sarah needs to appear on the reunion. Yes, but she is not going to come. Saying.
But yeah,
they might be able to get her on Zoom.
Nah, they might pull her. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Sarah on the show.
And they're gonna bring Sarah and like Pastor Dwight.
Pastor Dwight. Now we had enough of Pastor Dwight and all that stuff. Devonte, we may try to do a Ready to Love live, but not a video. Not a video. There's too many people on the show for a video to remember their names for right now. But yeah, there's a few that say they're 30. I was like, you got another 10, 15 years of that because they rough around edges. That's just me. I mean, I just turned 50. I think I look pretty good to be 50 and going through treatment, but some of them look older than me. And I was like, oh. But that's just me. I don't want to talk about nobody. Black love is where it's at. Black love. I hope they find success. Black love. So, but anyways, we appreciate everybody joining us. It was a little impromptu.
Yes.
But I appreciate it. Cassandra appreciated it too. So we'll try to do better. We'll try to do better. Our situation over here for right now. So we'll try to do better.
All right.
Well, everyone have a good night.
Y'all have a good one.
Yes. Enjoy your weekend.
All right.
Next time. We'll see you next time. Take care.
All right.
All right. Good night, chat.
Bye.
Bye-bye.